Hey everyone, this is Duke from Deep Sub bringing you another Fanzy local match. This video features my Ascension Vegeta MPPV deck against Eric and his empowered Future Gohan hybrid beats. This is my first run in a local with Ascension and Vegeta, and Eric is a relatively inexperienced player, attending locals very sporadically, predominantly playing Saiyan at a casual level. He just picked up his Fanzy proxies right before we started recording, so this should be an interesting match.
Nice map. I bought this too. I wasn't at this ARG.
Mighty 1 on the die roll, and Eric gets a 6. That die roll may or may not be foreshadowing the result of this match. So Eric goes ahead and draws his 3. And he is going to immediately declare combat with a 3-card hand. It must be really good. So he opens up with Future Gohan's level 1 power. It's a physical for 2 life. It raises both players' anger to 2, and it turns off my current personality level. So I go ahead and use my mastery to banish the top, gain an anger, and if I have a 2 anger card in my hand, which I do, I open up a final flash as my first attack, which I do not think is what Eric wanted to do at all. Put me on level 2 in the first 3 actions in combat. So he goes and takes that final flash. So Eric's going to respond with Saiyan left kick, give himself 2 anger, 1 from the card, 1 from empowered mastery, AT plus 4 life. It's really interesting. Saiyan is widely considered a powerful stage beat style, so Saiyan left kick doing a very high amount of damage in all life cards can really throw an opponent off. So I shoulder slam, lower that newly gained anger back down to 1. Even though the attack is AT plus AT base damage, it's not going to do a lot because Future Gohan, I believe, hits D on his level 1. So with Tantrum and Upward Kick in hand, Eric is going to play Saiyan Upward Kick. Cut me off from gaining stages. But we were both totally disregarded that immediate effect, and I gained 3 stages anyway. But he responds with Saiyan Tantrum, and the 3 cards in his discard pile now are 3 anger, and he is on level 2 as well. Yep, I just realized that we both misplayed with that gain 3 stages. And because I used the power, that Gohan level 2 physical for 6 life cards is now unpreventable.
Oh my god, alright, fine. Oh my god, lower my anger 2? Really?
I didn't realize that it actually lowered my anger 2 immediately.
Future Gohan level 2. I didn't know what it did.
I had no idea what Future Gohan level 2 did. Most of the Gohan decks at East Kai, from what I understand, were running the Awakening level 2, Gohan Unlocked, the one that lets you discard a styled card, or discard any card actually, to search your life deck for a styled attack or block. So it looks like combat's over, and I'm going to gain an anger with Ascension Mastery, draw my 3.
Yeah, Tantrum, fuck.
I discard Rejuve, play back over to Eric. He's got a Saiyan gut kick in hand. Looks like a terrifying strike.
Oh yeah, the AT version. It's very convenient.
I'm not sure what else.
Thankfully, this is the only level that I have an actual power. Well, the 3 and the 4 are all constants.
I was just discussing with Eric how my level 1 and 2 are the only Awakening Vegeta levels with active powers, which works well in my favor because my activation of powers in my later levels will not trigger the additional immediate effects of Future Gohan level 2 and 3. And he is going to discard and pass Rejuve Saiyan Arm Catch. He's going to keep the gut kick in his hand. Red Relaxation, bottom card of my discard pile is Enraged Blast. And I'm going to go ahead and declare, crit his anger, get that Enraged Blast in my hand, try to get to level 3 as fast as possible. I open up with the Red Red Ascension Mastery skip, gain an anger. Which is another misplay on my part. I should have waited until I had another anger before I initiated that skip, so that Enraged Blast would actually level me instead of just bringing me to 4 anger.
4 life cards. I know I have MPPV on you.
He's going to go ahead and take that life card damage.
Yep. Oh no, I know what this is like.
I know exactly what it's like when Saiyan Gut Kick hits the table. Takes 6 stages. I am forced to skip my next action, and he's going to use Gohan's level 2. It is not unpreventable because I have not used one of Vegeta's powers. But I believe he did it for the anti-anger anyway, which is just fine. So I use Vegeta's level 2 to gain some anger and some stages, now that I'm in the clear. And how will Eric respond? Well, he's going to play Saiyan Rapid Fire. Unmodifiable, unpreventable 5 life card energy. Very cheap, essentially Saiyan's Sinister Choke. So he's going to go ahead and gain 2 anger from that attack hitting, crit my anger.
So this is how good you are when you're not playing Broly.
Making a Broly joke there. Admittedly, most of the locals I go to, I attend with Saiyan and powered Broly. And whenever I match up against Eric, he usually gets crushed playing decks like Saiyan and powered Trunks. But Eric is definitely shining with this empowered Future Gohan so far, and I play Red Pound to gain an immediate 2 anger because I gained stages with Vegeta's level 2. And that is going to hit for a flat 8 stages. And he's going to play Saiyan Left Kick, gain 2 anger, and level, and now he is on Gohan level 3. So 8 life cards on that Saiyan Left Kick.
Come on, endurance. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest.
And I have enough endurance to mitigate critical damage.
We did it. Red driving knee.
So I'm going to play Red Driving Knee, get to level 3, force Eric to pass in his next action.
The damage is going to be...
The damage is minimal, but it'll still give me an anger on hit because I gained stages previously, and an anger at the end of combat.
You gain stages this combat, which I did. Raise my anger 1. You force to pass. I'm going to pass in combat. Raise my anger 1 at the end of combat.
Oh, I was hoping to use that.
No, fuck that.
And then 10 life cards.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, the Juve 2.
So I safely get out of combat with that driving knee and getting up to level 3. Turn goes back to Eric, and he throws down 2 Saiyan Enraged. So those 2 Saiyan Enraged will be vital for his beatdown strategy of bouncing between Gohan level 3 and 4. supplying him with anger and hand advantage.
At level 4 he does, but he's got 2 red enraged in play right now, so he's got a fucking 8 anger swing. He could just use 1, get to 4, level down. Next combat, use another one, get to 4.
He could pop one Saiyan. He's in a position right now that he could pop one Saiyan enraged and immediately turn off my entire MP stack. The passing, the modifiers, the potential double attack on 3, the unstoppable on 4. He's in a prime position right now, but I go ahead and declare, and just to troll him, I throw down Earth Ball 7 to end combat and gain an anger. One of my favorite plays with any Ascension deck is just the Enter Ball 7 end. And it looks like he had a pretty decent hand too. He had a Tantrum and a Legendary Strike, which would have been great for anti-anger.
Some good stuff.
Alright, we can do this, Vegeta. We can do this.
So turn goes back again to Eric, and he throws down the third Saiyan Enraged.
From extreme, can you believe this? 3 Saiyan enraged on deck.
So in 2 planning steps, my chances of victory drop significantly.
Yeah, when you get to 4,
So I would be a fool to declare combat unless I had something to get rid of those Saiyan Enraged, or something that would be able to turn them off.
you don't want to do this.
Which is exactly what Eric is banking on right now.
I want to.
So he is going to enter and hopefully get the gun, because I cannot have a red restriction. And he is going to lower my anger 3 with Saiyan Burst.
Oh my god.
Fantastic energy released in a Celestial Tournament.
I'm gonna red escape.
And he does not get the Rejuve because it doesn't hit, and I actually end combat with the Forced Pass going from 3 to 4. I get really lucky.
Such a cock tease. I know, I love this stack so much.
So that's 2 Forced Pass and end combat, or 2 forced combat endings
Setup nuke.
in a row. The turn goes back to me, and I'm going to go ahead and declare, so unless I have something really good to open up with, I'm screwed. Which I do. Vegeta's Final Flash. Players can only attack or pass once again, so those 3 Saiyan Enraged are now unusable.
Will be stopped by a hard energy.
And I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot up to level 4 and end combat.
7 life. 6 life. 6 life.
So that Vegeta's Final Flash comes in for 6 life.
We get a crit? Oh wait, this is a crit.
And I crit his anger. Not that it'll really mean much, I imagine. And he responds with another Saiyan Burst to lower my anger once again. So he gains 2 anger from the immediate effect, and this is where we both misplay
Yep, which gives you another anger.
really hard, because he did not get the hit effect yet because I had not taken damage. But this hit effect that for some reason or another we're both treating as an immediate effect is going to give him a target to rejuvenate and level, which will make the burst hit for 7 life instead of 5.
I can stop 1 Saiyan enraged. I can't stop 3. Okay.
So this big misplay on my part, predominantly my part,
My MP stack is blank.
and Eric's part, now turns off my entire MP stack and takes a situation that I was already down into a situation where I am screwed. But I have Time as a Warrior's Tool to negate that damage.
Gallic gun.
So I throw off a Gallic Gun,
9 life unpreventable.
and I declare the damage would be 9 life unpreventable. But once again, my MP stack, its powers are turned off. And after he deals damage, I realize this.
2 stages because I used to.
Okay, maybe after I gain the stages I realize this.
Oh wait, no. My bad. My MP stack is 1.
Yep.
Put 3 back.
So we're going to go ahead and rewind the game state. It should be 6 life, not 9. That's okay, it's a local. We were all drinking. We can get away with stuff like this.
This place everywhere.
He's gone.
And again, another misplay. Post Final Flash, he should not be able to discard a card from my hand and banish the bottom two of my discard pile. So we are both fucking up really bad right now. Pardon my French.
Yo.
See, kids, this is why you don't drink in Deebs. So he is going to same body blow, gain an anger, search his life deck for an attachable card, and place it into play attached.
So many guys. 1, 2, 6.
Go ahead and attach Sane Crouch, which will increase his PUR by 3. But I don't believe it'll matter because when he levels down at the end of combat, he'll just rejuve it anyway.
Pass. Time.
He's just going to go ahead and play that Sane Upward Kick for the anger, even though I was timed.
No, I can't because I Final Flash you.
See, now I remember that I can't use... now I remember that I can't use my Mastery from Final Flash. Good job, me. You finally remember how to play this game. So combat's over, I gain anger, and it goes back to Eric. Eric has to go ahead and level down at the end of combat, force him to rejuvenate that Sane Crouch.
Josh, I have a question about timing.
What's up?
So, if I surround,
You cheat at levels, yeah. So,
if I surround
gain
with
anger when you do it.
arrival in play, and I have a trap by itself, does the trap proc on the arrival procking for 2 allies coming into play? So,
Oh, got called over for a ruling question at the other table.
trap procs when they're coming into play. So does that get the benefit of the trap?
No, because they're already in play. When the constant happens, they enter play.
Going over the
Traps
a
constant
ruling
turns off,
on
second arrival drill's constant turns on.
Okay.
a drill with a constant with another effect of when entering play.
I mean, why not? 1, 2, 3.
So Eric goes ahead and declares on me and opens up with Future Gohan's physical. That immediate Rejuvenate 2 is going to boost him back up to Gohan Martyr. Once again, turning off my MP stack.
Energy or physical?
And that will be a physical for 7 life cards.
Whenever an ally enters play, you know 1.
Contemplating the block now.
And then whenever an ally enters play, I reach 1.
7 life, you said?
7 life. I'm scared of dying and I'm scared of the crit, so I go ahead and red resourceful block.
My stack's
Back down to level 2,
at the end of combat, I level up.
and he must pass in his next action. But I still get the mastery. No skip because it's not styled. He's forced to attack or pass, but he's got plenty of options in his hand. And once again, big misplay on our part. He should only be allowed to attack or pass. I discard a card and banish the bottom 2. That's the second time this game that we both missed that trigger. It's terrible. Again, kids, do not drunken deebs at the same time. And I pass, and he goes Saiyan upward kick.
Ow. 4 stages, 2 life.
Whenever an ally enters play, you know 1. And then I reach 1.
Oh, 8's right. Okay. 5, 6, 7,
And I cannot
1.
block that upward kick, so I'm forced to take the damage.
Fuck.
I can't use my Vegeta power,
I have to pass.
because I remembered that, so I passed. And it looks like that Saiyan energy outburst is game, and Eric takes it from me.
Beat my ass. You didn't just win.
Yeah, beat my ass. For sure. Those 3 Saiyan rage he didn't even need.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 6.
So you have 26 life cards in deck.
You didn't even need them. God. Beat my ass.
I was a little worried when
Yeah,
I did
great job on the win, Eric. Fantastic job.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to kill you.
Yeah.
Clearly you can pilot a deck with a few drinks better than I can pilot a deck with a few drinks. Yeah, those attacker passes, they get lost. They get lost in the combats.
It's so powerful.
Very effective, but only when you remember them.
On the level 3, you just go right back up and you just stay there the whole time.
Yep.
It's nasty.
So thank you very much, guys, for tuning into this local match. Apologies for the misplays, but it's a local. We were all drinking, having some fun. They happen. So thank you very much for sticking around to the end, watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Apologize again for all the misplays. If you liked the video, hit like. If you hated the misplays and hate the sound of my voice, hit the dislike button, leave a comment. I'm looking to improve. The channel is looking to improve. If you want to see more FanZ content like deck lists, player interviews, more local match uploads, meta-analysis, FanZ previews as they become available, consider subscribing and supporting the channel. And I will see you in the next video.